Welcome back, guys, to Entre Nos. I'm Evelin and my co-host is
Alondra.
And today we have a few topics, which one's a very sad one. So maybe we can start with that one and then end it with a funny one.
Yeah.
Okay. So Milo had an incident in school, right? Mm-hmm. And it was last week or whatever. I had to meet with the principal and everything, right? And honestly, like, to me, I remember I was so pissed. Like, I literally wanted to drop kick this fucking kid, right? Basically, he hit Milo, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, me and Rollie were talking about it. And I just think, well, now that you're going to be a mom, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it's so crazy how as moms, like, we really are like the voice for our kids. Yeah. Because they don't know any better. So when we met with the principal asked Milo that...
he was in the meeting too?
He was in the meeting too. So she asked him, like, okay, so what happened? And then he told the principal what had happened. But then I remember last year, Milo had another incident towards the end of the year, remember?
Yeah.
And he was in freaking pre-K. And he was in that meeting too. And he had to tell them what had happened, right? And in my head, I'm just like, man, what about the kids that que no pueden hablar bien, or that they're considered nonverbal, you know? Like, as a mom, like, I want to say I give major shout outs to my sister-in-law Laura, right? Because I feel like she does an amazing job with my nephew, right? And because he doesn't no habla muy bien, but she understands him, right? And I want to take props too, because I feel like I can understand him like a lot, you know, for like, I feel like between me and Roland, like, I know, like, I can understand him more. Yeah, my nephew. So as a mom, like, I just feel like, or as a parent in general, like, we really have to take the time to know our kids.
And have a relationship like that.
Because just because you're their mom doesn't mean you know them.
Yeah.
¿Sí me entiendes? Like,
a lot of kids don't speak to their
parents.
Sit
down. Sit down, play with them, watch what they're watching, you know, because literally Milo loves Bluey. Like, if you ever want to if you ever let your daughter watch TV, Bluey would be the show I would recommend. Just because it's such a great show, not only for kids, but for parents. This is not a paid ad, by the way. And it's in Spanish and English. Yeah. You know, and it's a sister thing, and how they should be treating their parents, and how the parents just need to be igual de atentos a los kids, right? So basically, I'm just like, it amazes me because, like, thankfully, like, Milo, we talked to him and he was able to tell the principal what had happened or whatever. And I, you know, said what I was concerned about and what I wanted out of that, right? And basically it's like, keep that fucking kid away from Milo, basically. And hopefully that works, right? But Milo's just too nice. Did the other kid receive any
consequences or no? You don't know?
I don't know.
And they're not going to tell you if
they're not going to tell me. I know that they can suspend him, you know, but they don't do that apparently, like, in elementary.
Yeah, they don't suspend kids in elementary.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not like I want like a major consequence. I don't care really, you know,
just
what
want
happens.
The kid away from Milo.
I just want them to keep their distance.
So,
you know?
But they're not going to switch him class.
No.
They just
got to keep their distance, you know. Okay. I mean, it's almost the end of the year, and I told them, I was like, I never wanted to complain, you know, because Milo's not the only kid, right? He's hit other kids. It's just a kid that can't keep his hands to himself, basically. But it's just like, no, like, it's not okay. Yeah, you know. And but yeah, my thing is, guys, like, I guess I just wanted to touch on that. Like, as a parent, like, we are our kid's voice. Yeah, because I gotta give that to my mom. Like, let me just say, my mom, when I was in school and I had a problem with like my AP, and I remember he was treating me like a freaking gangster. Like, he said I was in a gang and blah blah blah. Y me jaló de aquí, and like.
And your mom stood up for you.
Girl, me and my mom had a really rough relationship, but I gotta give it to her because obviously I've been kicked out of like 2 schools, right? And my mom's always backed me up. Like, she always backed me up because. One, I remember that I bruise easily, and I was at Jackson Middle School, guys. So if y'all are familiar from Jackson in the hood, not the Jackson in Pasadena, the Jackson in the hood is ghetto, right? So I remember like going, and you couldn't wear red or blue, right? So my mom, because of the gangs, right? So my mom went to Payless, because that's when Payless were open, and me compró unos fake Vans, like, you know how the Vans were black and stuff, and then the little line that goes around, it was like an aqua blue, and it was like you couldn't even tell, right? And it was literally like the thin line, yeah. And I remember leaving the cafeteria, and my cousin Francisco was with me, and literally the AP, he just had problems, really. Like, he would drop kids, like los agarraba las camisas, los tiraba. Like, he was just like super
very violent.
Yeah, like he had a lot of complaints.
Yeah.
And this is the time that my grandparents were alive, right? And I remember, I don't know if have I talked about that on here?
No,
about that time?
This incident.
Yeah.
No.
So basically, obviously I used to think I was a Crip, right? Like,
who didn't?
So then I used to think I was a Crip, right? And basically my friends, they weren't the best group of friends, right?
Yeah.
And the boyfriend at the time, pues también, he wasn't like the best, you know, person to be around.
So you already had all odds against you.
For sure. For sure.
And then that little line was like cherry on top.
For sure. So basically what ended up happening is he's like, he's like, hey, yo, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, and I turned around, and then he was just screaming, right? And then I remember it's after school already. And me and my cousin were walking because my mom and my grandma were picking us up. And then like, I remember that happening, and I was walking with the boyfriend at the time. My cousin was walking with his girlfriend, and we were just gonna walk. And he's like, hey, you, blah, blah, blah. I really thought he was coming for my boyfriend because he would stay in trouble, right? And I'm like, oh, shit. But then he comes straight at me y me pone como en la pared, like, literal. And then I can see how my boyfriend's, like, ready to fucking hit this guy, right? Because it was just, that's how ghetto it is, dude. Like, it was just so bad. And then the middle school kids back then, when I was in middle school, when you were in middle school, we were bigger than the kids now. I feel like the kids now are so tiny. You know what I mean? And like, the middle school boys were more like
acuerpados.
Yeah. And I just remember him being held back, and then my cousin being held back by his girlfriend. Mind you, my cousin Francisco is such a shy guy. Like, he's so chill. But I could see the anger in them, like, of how this guy's fucking treating me. And basically, me pone así, and he's like, I told you, blah, blah, like, screaming at my face and telling me about my shoes. And I'm like, I just bought these. And then he's like, no, you didn't. I already told you 2 weeks ago, and blah, blah, blah. And then he's just going crazy. And basically, me agarra de mi brazo. And Jackson has 3 floors. And there's no elevators. Well, back then, right? So, me agarra de mi brazo. And the whole time, he's like basically pulling me from my brazo and taking me to the second floor where the office is. And I just remember screaming to my cousin, I'm like, go get my mom, you know? And then he just leaves to go get my mom. And
leaves where?
Because it was already dismissal.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, go get my mom.
And
then he's gonna go get my mom from the truck, basically. Yeah. And I like, basically the whole, mind you, he's grabbing me from my arm. I'm like tinier then, right? Yeah. Middle school. And I was in 7th grade. And he's taking me from the first floor to the second floor, holding my arm. Obviously, I'm going to fucking bruise. Yeah. Know? And he's like, the whole time he's talking all this shit, like, I know you're in a gang, and I have like a whole file on you and all this stuff. And he's like, I'm going to get you expelled, and you're going to get sent to CEP and all this stuff, dude. And I'm just like, okay. At the time, right, thinking I'm a badass, I'm like, okay, expel me. I'm not in a gang, but go ahead, expel me, you know? And not caring, like, oh, I don't care to go to CP, right? Because I knew that my mom was not going to let me go to CP. But again, I was like, fuck, I'm going to go to CP because I had already had trouble at Stevenson. So my mom had to move me from Stevenson to Jackson, you know? Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I might end up going to CP at this point.
You downscaled from Stevenson to Jackson?
Yeah. Yeah, girl.
So big old downscale.
Well, I mean, it was just like I had a fight over there, and mi mom se fue y se peleó allá también. Yeah. You know, so I had to move to Jackson, basically. Yeah, it was crazy. But my mom stepped up. She was my voice at Stevenson too, you know. So she was like, y'all aren't going to fuck with my daughter. So that's why she ended up like putting me at Jackson with my cousin, because he was going to go there too, right? And that ended up happening. And then he sat me down in the office, and I'm not even crying, honestly. I'm wearing a jacket, actually. And then my mom walks in, And she's ready to, like, she's like, what the fuck, right?
Yeah.
And then as soon as my mom walks in, I take off my jacket and she's like, ¿Qué pasó? And then I tell her, and then she sees my arm and you could see la marca. And she's like, oh, hell no, right? So she just goes straight into the office and she's like basically going off on the AP because he was in AP. Right?
She was like, a mí no me importa lo que pasó, a mí no me agarran mi niña así.
No, yeah, like it was just so bad that I remember that I was always so cool with teachers, you know, because I was a good student and I was cool with the officers, you know, because I had fucking haters and they knew, you know, and I would have conversations with the officers, so I was cool with him. It was Officer Guillory, I think that was his name. And his office was right here, and then the AP's was right here. When I tell you the AP was so scared, he just picked up the phone and said, officer, whatever, right? Like, ni marcó nada, nomás picked up the phone y gritó, y el officer walked in. But the officer knew he was wrong because he shouldn't be putting his hands on student.
Yeah.
And I was not the first case that they had complained about, right? And so basically, and then he's like, I've been telling her about the shoes. And my mom's like, you're lying. I just bought her the shoes because she told me you were giving her shit about some other shoes. It was to the point that I had black Jordans, and you know the Jordans es como un color, like... It was red and he was giving me shit about it, so I had to pintarlo con Sharpie.
Wow.
Yeah, like that.
Mess up your shoes.
Yeah. So then my mom was just like, no, you know. So she bought me the fake Vans. My mom literally was the one who picked out the Vans. And she's like, I'm gonna give you these so they don't give you shit about your shoes, right? And she's like, you're lying. I have a receipt that I just bought those shoes on Sunday. You know. And he just stayed like, and he's like, and you're putting your hands on my daughter, like, you know, basically all that. And my mom was my voice, you know. Imagine the moms that didn't know English. Imagine the moms that
que nada más se quedan calladas y
that they're just
let
like,
it be.
Yeah, that they're like, fuck, my kid's a fuck up, and I'm sorry, you know. When in reality, it's just like, no, he was wrong. He shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
And long story short, I mean, obviously it's been a long story, right? But from that, my grandparents were still alive at the time, and obviously I was their baby. I was with them all the time. And my grandpa they suspended me. They were gonna expel me from the school. And
that bad?
Yeah, it was that bad because he had a picture of me throwing up H-Town. I kid you not. It's a picture of me throwing up H-Town, but my friends were throwing up Crip signs.
Wow.
But I'm literally throwing up H-Town.
Cropped you.
Like, I'm not even kidding.
My target.
You. It was not even pictures of me. It was just that one picture. You know how in the binders you used to put pictures? So my friend that was like not the best friend, right? Which I get it because I'm just like, okay, well, I was with the wrong crowd, you know? But ella, like, she was bad. Like, ella sí estaba como metida en cosas, right?
Yeah.
But she was a good kid, you know? And I think that's why I was like cool with her, you know? She was a good kid. She had trouble at home. So, like, it was a good friendship, right? And con decirte que ella, when I went to high school and got in a fight, she's the one who took care of me. Like, she's the one who helped me hide from the fucking cops so they wouldn't take me.
I love those friends.
So basically, she had a key, the binder he had, the case, the file he had on me, it was really on her. But I happened to be in one of the pictures. And in the picture I had, luckily I was throwing up H-Town and not throwing some whatever. I didn't know what the fuck I was throwing, right? I was so lucky that I was throwing H-Town, right?
Yeah, instead of a Crip sign.
Yeah, or like Southeast
or
something, right? Or no, it was Second War because it's different. Southeast is Second War, right? And so yeah, and then basically come back the day that I had to go back to school, my grandpa went with me. Not my mom, not my grandma, my grandpa. An American white guy went with me, right? He doesn't look white, right? But
he is American.
He's an American, right? Yeah. He's like third generation or fourth, I don't know. Él me lleva a la escuela. And he's not gonna meet the AP. He's like, we're gonna meet the principal. And when I tell you that I'm sitting down like a fucking little badass, because I remember him telling the principal, basically, if you don't fire this guy, I'm gonna shut the school down because I'm gonna call every news person to come out here.
Oh, they're terrified of that. And
so they know what can happen, you know, basically. And he's like, you don't, basically, like, the whole business side of him came out. He was like, I run a business and blah, blah, blah. And that is not allowed. Like, you don't let nobody touch
a minor.
Like, touch her, basically, me, right? And he's like, and he put her hands on her. So either you fire him or I'm gonna shut this school down. And in my head, I'm like, I saw him talking, and I'm just like, wow, such a powerful man, right? Because he can literally I'm thinking he can literally shut a whole school down, right? But I'm pretty sure it would have been more to that process, right? But like the thread of like, you better fix this or I'm gonna shut it down. But he's like literally voicing for me, you know, like what they did wrong, you know. He ended up getting suspended. They gave him a probation period, so he had to he couldn't be on campus. But not only because of me, but because
all the complaints he's had.
He had other complaints. Dude, es porque él era bien grosero. Like, I literally remember, like, in Jackson, if you were sagging, like, he would either pick up your pants or, like if y'all went to Jackson and I think it was Mr. Diaz. I think that was his name. If y'all had him, like, please comment, because I know I'm not crazy. Like, it sounds crazy, guys. Yeah. It does. But it was really like that. And I remember one time, vividly in the cafeteria, él agarró a un guy de la back of the shirt y lo jaló al piso. Like, it was that bad. And that's why the guys weren't, like, they were down to fight him because of the way he treated them, you know. It was literally like, you're in Jackson and you're in the worst fucking middle school ever. I mean, Didi and Edison were not, like, we were in competition on who was the most ghetto, really. But it's just like, he really treated the kids. It's like he wasn't the right person to lead the kids, you know, like, no nos ayudaba. Like, if anything, he would belittle the kids even more. Yeah. And you're in middle school, you know. But yeah, like that was an experience for me that I had where my mom and my grandpa voiced for me, you know. So have you had any?
No, never.
What? Now, it doesn't have to be in the school, but it could be like I don't know, in general, like it could be at a restaurant or like at the doctor, you know.
No, never.
No?
But I don't really like, because my mom was that mom that's like, you know, like that. Like, she was that mom of like, sometimes sí se le salían las pezuñas, you know, but with, I think, people outside, not people that she thought like they have authority. Like, whenever she was, I guess, in front of people who had authority, she was kind of more like, but like people outside, she would fight.
Like your family, I guess.
No, not my family.
Like who?
Random strangers, you know, that she didn't know. And like they were coming for us, or like the neighbors, whatever.
I see. Yeah.
But over, like, I guess school authority or people that she's like, no, they're professionals. I think she was a little bit more like, or she just knew like, no, está bien, she's bad, so she wouldn't.
Yeah. No, yeah, I can see that. And it sucks, you know, because again.
But the thing is, like, I don't even think I needed I needed my mom to voice.
For you?
Yeah. Because I was, like, everything that did happen to me was because I was bad. Yeah. It wasn't because of your situation, you know? Like, I remember right now when you were talking, I remember an instance where a friend did stick up for me. I was so barred out that I couldn't keep my head up. And I remember...
In high school or middle
school?
Okay.
In high school, I was so barred out I couldn't keep my head up. And she's like, man, I'm cool with the... it was in Chavez. She's like, I'm cool with the bookstore people. I don't know, the bookkeeping, that room. She's like, I'm cool with the guys in there. She's like, I'm pretty sure I could ask them to hide you. And I was like, nah, don't do that. Like, I don't want you to get in trouble. So she's like, no, come on, let's go. So she did. She took me in there. She was like that friend, you know, that she stuck up for me. And they agreed. I remember they took out like boxes, the book stuff, and then they put them, I passed out in there in one of like the shelves, the bottom shelf, and they just put boxes
to hide
me.
Oh my God.
And then like by the end of the school, when the bell rang, she came and picked me up. Yeah, she's like, school's done, it's over, we gotta go home. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, see, like I mean, obviously I've never really been in a case like that, you know. But no, yeah, like,
but she had to do some stuff for them to agree, like, because, you know, teachers are horrible. Whenever they allow you to do something like that.
What kind of stuff? Like,
I'll tell you off camera. She had to do some stuff in order for me to be able to.
Like illegal stuff?
Yeah, like illegal stuff. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that sounds like, dang, that's crazy. She had to do some illegal stuff for me to be able to stay in that room. But she came through.
Damn, that sucks. I can't.
You're thinking too much.
Yeah, I can't help but think of the worst.
You're thinking too much.
Oh no.
If I'm smiling, it's like not that horrible.
Bad. Okay,
yeah.
okay. I was like, holy shit. I'm thinking like the worst. Like, I'd be like, man, fucking let her get caught.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, you know, I know you're going to be a mom soon, or you're already a mom, right? But even that, like, as when she's, did y'all decide on a name?
Yeah.
What's the name?
Enna.
Enna? Okay, I love it.
A lot of people don't agree.
With Enna?
Yeah.
Why?
Like, Kike's mom is like, that's hard to pronounce. I don't know how to say it. ¿Qué le voy a decir?
3 letters.
I know. She was like, ¿qué le voy a decir de cariño?
Eni.
Yeah, or like,
E.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something, right?
Say her name. It's so short that you could just say her name,
Yeah,
you know?
or like Enita. I don't know. Whatever you want. But yeah, Kike was like, I don't care, Mom. Like, that's going to be her name.
Yeah, I love it. Is it going to be H-E or just the letter E?
Just E.
E? Okay.
E-N-A.
I love it. Roland's like, is she trying to compete with us with the shortest name? Like, oh my God.
Milo, 4 letters.
Yeah. Milo's, it's so funny because his name.
But yeah, next kid also has like 4 letters, no?
Yeah, we're thinking.
Yeah.
We love short names, you know? If we had a daughter, though, she'd probably be the one with the middle name only, not the boy.
Okay.
Yeah, because if we have a daughter, I want her middle name is going to be de Jesus. Because my grandma was Milagro de Jesus.
Yeah.
You know? So if we have a daughter,
Va a ser de Jesus.
va a ser whatever her name is and de Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, but I like it though. So for example, like when Enna is born, literally your first doctor visit and they're like, and you feel as a mom that something is wrong and your doctor's like, no, it's fine, but you still feel that intuition, go to for a second opinion.
Okay, yeah.
You know, like that's what I mean. That's what I mean as in we're their voice,
yeah.
you know, because literally like to me it's just like, I don't know, I just don't think doctors could be wrong.
Yeah, 100%. Or like
I'm the perfect example.
Yeah.
You know, I had internally bleeding and they're like, you're fine, you're healthy, you know, and I was basically dying.
Yeah.
And not one doctor, multiple doctors, you know, until one actually, a nurse, pa acabarla, a guy nurse is the one who basically saved me.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's just better like for you to be informed instead of like thinking like, well, I don't know. Rather than instead of saying, pues no sé, just ask. Because that's what happened to my aunt whenever she went to the hospital to deliver her kid. She estaba bien hinchada, and they had been injecting hormones into her while she was pregnant so that the baby could develop her lungs faster. But I was like, why don't they just like, I had questions that why. So when the nurse came in, I was like, but why? Because even my aunt couldn't answer to me like why.
Yeah, and that's a perfect way to know whether you're really voicing up, because it's just like, if you can't answer. Yeah,
like if my tia couldn't answer to me, why are they doing this to her? Then okay, well somebody's got to ask. Yeah. Because they're not just going to come in here and do whatever they want. And some nurses are even like, well, I don't know, because I'm not her nurse. I'm just here to cover the shift, or I'm just here for, I'm like, well, you need to ask the doctor who has the file. You know, somebody's got to have the file. Yeah. Yeah, so it was like little things like that you do have to also like you were vulnerable, right? You wanted somebody to be your voice. Probably Roland was that for you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel because
you're out of it.
Yeah, I think it was Roland and my ex stepmom. Like, you know, I'm always gonna have a special place in my heart for Lisa, right? Because she's a nurse herself. Yeah. And if I don't know, man, if she hadn't been there, I think Roland wouldn't have had an option but to, you know, be my voice, you know. Yeah. But
she was the one that sped things up now. Yeah. And
then when I was okay, and then the second time I was dying, it was my mom. Because my mom told Roland to go home, and she was like, if y'all don't help her, she's going to another hospital. Yeah. Because I was basically catching a fever, and ya me habían hecho la surgery, but it was just my blood level was so low. My body wasn't making some fast enough for my body, basically, right? And that's why I was catching a fever and not feeling good. I mean, I had a migraine, and, you know, but my mom was voicing that for me. So then sometimes I think about the people that had COVID.
Yeah, and that they were all alone.
And they were alone, feeling like shit, not there, drained mentally and physically. But
then you have to also understand that, I mean, this was all new for doctors. This was all new for nurses. They didn't know. Yeah. They didn't know what the heck. Like.
No, yeah, for sure. But I think about that. I'm just like, damn, like, Me, I just, honestly, God was with me and I'm forever grateful porque literally a mí me pasó todo eso como 2 semanas before the shutdown happened. I told Roland, I'm like, if I would have been there during the shutdown, I would have died.
No hubiera salido.
Yeah, like there's just no way. Yeah. And they probably would have been like, oh, it was COVID.
Yeah.
You know?
They would have ruled your death out as COVID, not as of like what you actually had.
Yeah, so then I'm just like, But that's why I'm just like, I know God was with me, you know? But yeah, voicing for your kids is so important, no matter the age.
Yeah.
You know, like, it doesn't matter. Like,
or no matter who you, like...
or what it is.
Yeah, or like who you're confronting. Like, it could be my mom. I still have to talk. You know, I still have to tell her.
That's another thing, too. Like,
I cannot just be like, no, pues es mi mamá. That's the way she is. You know, like, no, like, I feel like my mom should also... see me as like, oh, she's a grown woman and this is the way she wants to raise her children.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because honestly, let me just put 2 more minutes. Yeah, because honestly, like, it's one of those, okay, like me voicing up to my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just things that they believed in. It's just, okay, like, for example, Roland and my mother-in-law were so against Milo having a pulsera with the little red, with the red on it because of the ojo thing.
Yeah.
Because they don't believe in it. But
it's your son.
But it's like, no, like, if my mom gives him a bracelet and it was a gold bracelet, but tenía de las piedritas around it, you know? And I was like, if my mom gives him that or anybody in my family, I'm going to put it on. No, but why? Because I want to. It's my son.
Yeah.
That's the type of voicing I mean. Like, it doesn't always have to mean that you're defending them. It's just like, you are the person making decisions for this other kid, for this other little life, basically, you know? And just because somebody that you think knows more or somebody that it's their profession and they're telling you, but in your gut, you really think otherwise, you could literally go, for example, con el doctor, you could literally go for a second opinion.
Yeah.
And no feelings should get hurt.
Not unless they're asking you for your opinion, you don't give it. You don't give your opinion not unless somebody's asking you for it.
Yeah, so it's just like that with your daughter's name.
Yeah.
You're voicing for her that that's going to be her name, whether people like it or not.
Yeah.
Same thing with Milo. Like, that was the case too, like his name.
People didn't like it?
He was supposed to be Rolando.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, after my father-in-law and after Roland, right?
He was supposed to be, but
yeah, he was going to be the third, basically.
Because he's the first nieto.
Yeah. So then when we decided not to do that, then it became a problem. But then we talked about it and I'm like, well, he's our kid, you know? But with that being said, we're going to go on a quick break and we'll be back, guys. And we are back. So on an episode or 2 ago on This and Much More, we had Rachel with Amado Coffee, right? And we talked a little bit about zodiac signs. Yeah. Zodiac signs. And I just wanted to kind of get into it just because I thought it was funny, right? So I looked up on the zodiac signs biggest strengths and weaknesses. So she pulled up the dates and I pulled up the strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
So I wanted us to kind of think of somebody based on the dates and see if we agree with that. Okay. We can name the people. Aries. What are the birthdays?
Aries, March 21st, April 19th. March 21st, April 19th.
Okay. My cousin is Aries. And then it says, do you know anybody? No? Yeah, I have a cousin in mind, right? And it says, they're competitive but insecure. I don't know. I don't see her being insecure.
Okay, competitive but insecure.
Yeah, and it says there's nothing in
I can think about somebody who's like that but was born in November.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Competitive but insecure. I don't know. That was kind of hard. Like, how can you be competitive but insecure at the same time?
Oh, yeah. Definitely you can. You could be like, oh, I'm going to do it. But in the process, Like it's just
you're
like
doubting yourself.
It's just like a doctor though. Like doctors are like that. They have that characteristic trait where when you ask them something, and they're like, well, maybe not all the time, and you think like you're insecure in your answer. You're not giving me a straightforward yes no. They'll be like, in some instances.
Yeah.
It's like confident but insecure because.
Wait, do you know my cousin Yahaira? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, she lives in the same apartment complex as you.
Really?
Yeah, she told me. But
you seen me?
So basically there is nothing an Aries cannot achieve once they set their mind to it. No mountain is too high. However, you will also find them nursing a hidden imposter syndrome that can chip away at their confidence if allowed free reign. I maybe my cousin might be, but she doesn't give off the vibe.
And I feel like
she is
super smart people are very insecure.
She's really smart.
Yeah, super smart people are insecure. Like Kike. Kike's super smart, but he's a little bit insecure.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, Taurus. Am I saying that right? Mm-hmm. Loyal but stubborn. What's
April 21st, May 20th. A ver, loyal but stubborn.
I think I can think of my cousin Erica. Mm-hmm. I can see how she's loyal. Not that she's stubborn, but she takes like a long time to decide.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like indecisive.
Yeah, but that's not really stubborn, right?
Stubborn is like, no, it's either my way or the highway.
But then I also see my little sister. What was it? The
April 20th, May 20th.
Yeah, my little sister's May 11th, right? She's loyal. She's my right-hand girl.
Yeah.
But I don't see her being stubborn. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. She's more of like, she'll go with the flow.
Yeah.
You know? But let's see. Loyal to a fault. They're the most reliable person you can have in your corner when the chips are down. That's true. Mm-hmm. That is so true. Erica was my maid of honor, and Ned is really now my right hand person. Like if I need something, like she's my go-to girl, you know? However, they have a stubborn streak a mile wide and hold a grudge like no one else. So make sure you don't cross them. For both of the people that I have in mind, I don't see them being like that.
So my little sister is she falls in the, what's it called?
Taurus?
Yeah. And yeah, she's like that.
I hope I'm saying that right, guys. I don't really look into zodiac signs.
She's very loyal, super loyal. Like
she's stubborn.
She'll hold a secret down. Like, and if you went down, she's gonna go down with you.
Oh, right.
Okay. Because I did tell you about the story that I snuck out of the house, got caught. She sneaks out too, and she just told my mom. She told me I'm gonna tell them that I sneak out too. Like she's super loyal, and I'm like, nah, don't do that. I'm taking all the blame. It's cool, you know.
Yeah.
She's super loyal, but she is super stubborn.
She is.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's very stubborn. I think especially because she has had to like grow up in her own independent way. She didn't take any route. She didn't take my example or my older sister's example. She did it all on her own.
So she said, I don't want to do that, and I definitely don't want to do that.
So she became just stubborn. Like, don't tell me. Don't even.
Who are you to tell me?
Yeah, exactly. She became that. So I think that's what that's where her stubbornness comes from. Mm-hmm. But she's also, what was the other thing?
Just loyal. It says they hold a grudge like no one else. Oh yeah, so make sure you don't cross them.
Yeah, she's very sensitive. Like if she's asking, if she just wants you to hear, if she doesn't hear what she wanted to hear from you, she's gonna be like, I'm never talking to you about that again.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think my little sister holds a grudge.
Or like if she's just venting and you give your opinion when it wasn't asked, she's not gonna vent to you anymore. Yeah.
I'm thinking like I can see my little sister like she does not I don't want to say it's a grudge, right? But she does take mental notes of things.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, you're that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that. Gemini. When's the birthdays?
May 21st, June 20th.
May 21st, June 20th. I
don't know nobody.
What is it? June 20th?
Yeah.
I think I'm sure I know somebody, but it says versatile but impatient. Throw a Gemini to the wolves and they will come back leading the pack. The air element in the sign means that they can adapt easily to any situation, but their fuse runs short, and once they run out of patience with someone, there's no wiggle room for second chances. I guess because I don't really have anybody in mind.
Yeah.
We can go to the next one.
Sorry, Gemini.
Okay, Cancer.
Cancer is June 21st, July 22nd.
So Milo's a Cancer. And my older sister's a Cancer. But I also heard that a girl and a boy
Are different
in signs. So, you know, my sister takes pride that Milo's a Cancer like her. And I'm just like, fuck. Because...
You're like, yeah, not the same.
Yeah, definitely not the same. But then I heard that it's too different, right?
Yeah.
So Cancer, they're passionate, but they don't know how to communicate.
They're passionate, but I feel like Milo can definitely communicate.
Yeah, I think he knows. He's learning how. It says behind...
he's definitely passionate about talking about one snack, Mom.
Yeah, he's definitely passionate about his snacks.
About convincing you.
So it says behind a Cancer, a Cancer has erected to protect themselves. They're abundant, reserved, of deep, undying love and loyalty. Pity that few will get to experience it because they aren't the best at communicating what is in their hearts. So basically, they can love deep, but not everybody's gonna get it, right? Because they don't know how to communicate that. So I can see that being my sister. I could tell she can love her husband, but she don't know how to communicate. Or maybe she loves me too, right? But she don't know how to communicate. So maybe that's what it is, right? I'm thinking...
but is it better that she...
But you know what, though? I also... My sister-in-law, Carla, I can see her being passionate, but I don't know how their communication is, right? I don't know how her communication is with my brother-in-law. Okay. Did you know anybody?
No.
A Cancer. I mean, Leo.
July 23rd, August 22nd.
Okay.
July 23rd, August 22nd.
I have my uncle that I can think of. He's July 22nd. It says confident but dominating.
That's Cancer. July 22nd is Cancer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, July 23rd,
okay, never mind.
August 22nd.
Then I don't know, Leo. I'm sure. Oh, wait, yes.
Oh, no, a Cancer, you said?
Do. No, I said Leo.
Oh, Leo, July 23rd, August 22nd.
Okay, so Priscilla. My cousin's Priscilla, she's a Leo. So she's confident but dominating. I can see that.
Yeah.
Born to be under the spotlight. There is nothing that this lion enjoys as much as being the something of all eyes. However, this innate conviction that they are always in the right means that they can often run rugshot over others' feelings and sentiments. I can see her being confident and dominating. Okay. Did you know anybody? Okay, Virgo.
Virgo, August 23rd, September 22nd.
Oh, my man. He's a Virgo.
My niece is a Virgo.
Ronnie's a Virgo, too. So it says, perfectionist but self-critical. I don't know. Merlin is a perfectionist.
My niece, she don't care. She's like, it's done. And she doesn't care if it was perfect or not. She's like, it's done.
And this is, they're organized and diligent. If the world were to end tomorrow, you would want a Virgo to lead the march into the new dawn. I can follow Roland. However, that pesky niggle of self-doubt in their head means that they are often harsher on themselves than anybody else can be. That's true. That is Roland right there.
Yeah.
I feel like he is headstrong, but he also is his biggest critic, you know, because he'll be doing some dope designs and...
But then he'll be like, oh, no. Yeah. I should have done this.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have dropped it yet. This should have been done before that.
Yeah. But I also see how, I don't know. I guess it is different because I can see Ronnie. I don't know if she's considered like a perfectionist, you know. I don't know.
I think she's created like a perfect world in her head and that her ideals are set. You know?
Yeah. So your niece, no?
Oh, no, my niece, yeah. Like, she's like the one of her friends. Like, she's the one. She's a leader of her little group friends.
Okay.
Like, everybody comes to her.
But then I see, so it's, what are the dates again?
What is it, Virgo? August 23rd, September 22nd.
But then you see my cousin's birthday is within those dates. Ain't nada que ver.
No.
It's my cousin Francisco. He's just chill. He'll be in the background, you know, like that. So it's
Zodiac signs are a lie, bro. Like,
yeah, I feel like I'm not really deep in them because it's just like how.
Yeah, like shut up, bro.
Like
shut up.
A Libra, empathetic but indecisive.
September 23, October 22nd.
I can see Laura being like that.
And what is it?
Empathetic and indecisive.
Empathetic and indecisive.
So it says, if you're looking for someone to lend a comforting shoulder during times of distress and truly put themselves in your shoes, ring up for the first Libra in your contacts. That could be Laura. This empathetic side of theirs can sometimes get derailed by their inability to make up their mind, compounded by a fear of confrontations, which means that they never truly know which side they stand on. Yeah, that's my really
sister.
her.
That's my older sister.
Oh, really? Yeah, that is really like...
So, TMI, right? Maybe she just... Well, yeah, I'm going to say it. She's on a hunt for love, right? She's like just about to be 31.
Give us the
32
stats.
years old. She's about to be 32.
Okay, she's a single mom. She's about to be 32.
Her child is like almost an adult, right?
How's her career?
Yeah, she has a career, but that's where I'm saying like she's very indecisive. Like she's so stuck in her comfort in a way that she doesn't pursue what she went to school for. She doesn't pursue it in a job. She does really want to, but she's indecisive. Same thing with love. She just feels like, oh, everybody's so in love and she wants to fall in love, but she's indecisive of what she wants. Yeah. So she's very like, and she is like the type of person that you can go to and you can tell her all your problems and she'll give you awesome advice. She's super smart. Yeah. But she's totally
I can see Laura doing that too. All right, Scorpio.
October 23rd, November 21st. October 23rd, November 21st.
Oh, but you know what? What was a Libra? What was the birthdays?
September 23rd, October 22nd.
I feel like as a guy, my father-in-law falls in that category. But I can see him being both too. So, okay, Scorpio, what was it again? Sorry.
Scorpio was October 23rd, November 21st.
Okay, my brother-in-law, the little one, Rai, he's November 4th, so he falls in that category, right? All right, intense but secretive. Oh my God, that's all him. Like
intense but secretive.
The fiery, intense personality of a Scorpio can make any time spent together a wild, dizzying ride. But while they will go the extra mile to take care of your emotional needs, they remain secretive about their own. Good luck cracking open the spine of this. Well, I guess not in that way, right? But I can see how he's the one that's more intense out of his brothers. Yeah. You know? And then how he wants to be secretive about things. Like I remember one year.
So I guess that's where it applies, where men and women are totally different, even though they're both Scorpios.
Yeah. I think it's different.
Yeah, because I know a girl that she's completely opposite of that.
Oh, really? Yeah. And she's a Scorpio. Yeah, because they also say like the rising sun or the air. I don't know, some other signs or the moon or whatever. Like they'll play a factor into it, right? But yeah, because it's funny because I remember one year we were talking about Halloween costumes and we asked him and his girlfriend, right? Like, oh, what are you going to be? And they really didn't want to tell us. They were so secretive. Like, and then Roland's like, we really don't care. It's just like
a question.
Yeah, like, you know, it was
you're too intense. You're being too intense.
It was just so funny because to them it was just like it was just like they wanted to surprise everybody, but we were like, it's really not that big of a deal.
Scooby-Doo.
But that's the secretive that I can see him being. Like, he wants to have the wow factor, right? But I guess that's the secretive part that I can think of him, that whenever he wants to wow something, then he'll be
keep
a little
it
bit
very
secretive. Yeah.
So that's for my dad. My dad is October 28th. So he's a Scorpio and he's like that. Like he'll be like, yo te voy a dar el mejor consejo, and he loves giving advice, pero when he's going through it, he will not tell you what's wrong. Or he doesn't know how to like, express himself, or he'll be like, no, you'll say, you know, but he won't share.
Yeah.
Like what internally is happening to him. Like he's super secretive about that. But then I know another girl, right, that everybody knows her problems. I'm talking about like she cannot shut up about her situations and her problems.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
she's completely opposite.
Yeah, and she won't give it advice because that's all she needs. She needs advice for her. Yeah.
Okay, well, next one. Sagittarius. This is my mom.
November 22nd, December 21st. That's Kike.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Okay. So you have a guy and I have a girl.
Yeah.
Spontaneous, but flighty. There is no storyteller quite like a Sagittarius. They can have the entire room hanging on their every word. But while they can show you grand dreams, it can sometimes be hard to pin them down and make them deliver on their promises.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. My she can be spontaneous. But I don't know. Maybe at her job, she can be the one having the whole room.
He is definitely a planner. He loves planning.
So he's not spontaneous.
Not that much.
And then it says, but it can be hard to pin them down and make them deliver on their promises.
No.
I feel like, I guess I kind of could apply to my mom as a girl, right? A little bit. Not all of it, though.
Yeah. No.
But not for Kike. He's a planner and he's a man of his word.
Yeah.
Okay. Capricorn. Me.
That's you. Me salvé for 2 days of being in your boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's December 22nd, which is Moa's birthday.
January 19th.
A Capricorn. Goal-oriented, but unforgiving.
But you're very forgiving.
I feel like I'm very forgiving. Not everyone can conquer the world, but if a Cap were to set out to do it, nothing would basically hold them back until they accomplish their goal. With a personality that is hardwired in practicality, they can often fail to appreciate nuance and are known to be unforgiving of others' mistake. I feel like I am forgiving.
Yeah.
Too much, actually.
Yeah.
But I am super goal-oriented. Like, I love setting
goals.
Guys,
I hope y'all know that she has a goal every single month for this year.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, I ate a salad this month. Yeah, it was just a basic salad, though.
From where?
I made it myself. Well, Roland made it for me.
Like
it was just a
chicken and
romaine salad and the romaine lettuce, and then the light Olive Garden dressing with some croutons.
Did you like it? Or were you like...
I mean, I used to eat that one, but I want to try another one, but I'm just like, I haven't done it.
A crazy exotic one?
Yeah, that's what I want to try.
Okay,
but no, guys, I don't think I'm unforgiving. I think I actually forgive more than what I should. Aquarius.
That's me. Save the best for last.
No, falta Pisces.
Oh.
Pisces. Okay, let's do Aquarius. That's the dates. What are
January 20th, February 18th.
Okay, so it says philosophical but detached. A deep thinker with a humanitarian streak. And an Aquarian has grand plans to change the world.
Duh. You know, we out here changing lives, changing the world.
Shame that they left the party early because their reclusive nature makes it hard for them to establish bonds with those around them. That's true. That is you. That is you. I feel like you're very like reserved, you know?
Yeah, and it's just like, bro, I don't care, dude.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm working on that. Because Kike, when he asks me for my opinion on things, I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter. You know, I'm just like very detached. Just like, it's cool. It doesn't matter. And I'm like, bro, like he asked me, how do you want your baby shower to be? And I was like, it does. And I was like, wait, before I say it doesn't matter, because I always say it doesn't matter. Like, I'm cool about everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what, babe? I'm not going to say it doesn't matter anymore. I'm actually going to think about it and give I'll give my opinion.
So what theme are you doing?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know, but I'm going to think about it. I don't want to be detached anymore.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
At least you're going to work on it. So then that means you're not going to be in Aquarius anymore.
I'm not gonna be an Aquarian. I'm not gonna just not care. I'm gonna be attached.
Maybe I should be unforgiving to be a real Capricorn.
Yeah.
Pieces, Pisces. I don't know.
But I think like cuando dice like change the world. No, I'm not trying to change the world, bro. That's too much. It's too much weight on my shoulders.
Has grand plans to change the world. I mean, you did say you're God's favorite, so
yeah,
maybe.
You know what I was reading today? That we should all think about that we're going to be so successful in life that we're not going to be able to carry that weight upon ourselves. That's why we need God. That's why we need God in our lives. Because if someone who isn't able to carry all the success in one's shoulders goes crazy, you screw it up. You end up blowing things out of proportion, or you become somebody who you didn't want to become. You become lonely, you become etc., right? Because the success was too much. And I'm like, bro, I want to be so successful. I can't carry it. So I need my God. I need God to carry it with me.
I just want to get to the point where I'm like successful, you know? So...
Yeah, but God is gonna bless you with so much success.
Oh yeah,
only if we let Him. I can
feel it in the tip of my fingers.
Yeah, so much success that it's just like we need to have Him into consideration and not ignore Him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
no,
because it's a weight that we can't handle.
Yeah, so. You know what's funny? My mother-in-law told Milo that she was going to take him to church. And he said no because Diosito already lives in his house.
Oh.
She's like, no, he doesn't. You need to go to Diosito's house to visit him. And he's like, no, he lives in my house. So I don't have to go to his house. His house is boring.
Oh, you need to make it fun for him.
What am I going to do? Literally, like.
I think explain to him what's going on, really. During the mass, you have to understand what's going on so that you can make it creative for him. Like, look, right now when they pick up the bread, that's the powerful moment where it becomes Jesus Christ, like actual God, and it's like powers, you know.
Maybe you should take him with you.
You explain to him like in an imagination way, you know.
Yeah, you're more passionate about that. So Pisces, I don't know how you say it.
Pieces of Pisces. Yeah. February 19th, March 20th.
Whimsical but oversensitive. Wait, what is the date?
February 19, March 20th.
My mother-in-law. If you are looking to escape the mundane, everyday grind of Pisces, imaginative mind can whisk you away into a realm of fantasy. Their kind, nurturing personality can prove to be a double-edged sword, though, because their overly sensitive heart is easily wounded, further compounded by a tendency to play the victim. Not really my mother-in-law.
No.
Mm-mm. So I'm sure there's other people that I know, but I just can't think of from the top of my head.
Yeah.
Well, actually, my brother. What's the date again?
February 19th, March 20th.
Yes, my brother. Is he overly sensitive? I don't think so either. I don't think that applies to the people that I know. So, with that being said, that was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't really believe in them like that.
I guess it's just something like...
It's entertaining, kind of.
Yeah, whenever you're bored, you can just look at what your life is going to be up to, and then...
Based on whoever typed it.
Yeah.
If you think about it. Somebody typing...
Let your imagination play off. That's kind of like what I do. Sometimes I'm just like, I hear the Zodiac signs, and I'm just like, I'm going to have a successful month, and you just let your imagination run.
It's really all mental, right?
Yeah, it's all mental.
But with that being said, make sure y'all's mind's in the right headspace. Yes. Y'all make sure to follow, subscribe. And with that being said, we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Peace.